Greetings, YouTube. It's your favorite DM Fish Suit here with our brand new campaign, Rime of the Frostmaiden, that we're starting tonight. We are all so excited. Thank you guys so much for checking out the YouTube video. If you like what you see here, remember, we are going to release more of these episodes, more of our D&D recap podcast. So please stick right here on our YouTube channel and drop us that subscription. It would mean a lot. Without further ado, we're going to join now session 1, the very first session of our Rime of the Frostmaiden campaign. And here we go. Everybody's saying hi to YouTube. Oh, hi guys. It's not like we were just talking 2 seconds ago. It's been so long since I've seen all of you. How's everybody doing today?
Oh, doing good.
All right, great.
Fantastic.
First things first, I see that Cleo and Gusto are both missing some HP, probably because we didn't save over it. So if you could go ahead. This is just practice, so you remember the chat commands to get your to take your HP up to maximum, and I see that you've both done that, so thank you. It might have just been reloading also. I know, 7 HP, it's so weird to see, isn't it? So weird to see. Hey, what's going on, Zlandros? Nice to see you, dude. Okay. Guys, we've been playing. So, Vlora, has it really been 4 months since we've been playing this whole thing out? Did you go back and look at the first time we DM'd about this?
No, I was just saying you were planning 4 months.
All right. Campaign over, everybody. I'm sorry.
Well, there goes all the planning.
we're gonna have to call it right there.
Sorry.
Yes, that is real HP. People really do start this game with 7 hit points. All right. We are gonna just without further ado, we're just gonna get started. Icewind Dale has become trapped in a perpetual winter. Ferocious blizzards make the mountain pass through the spine of the world exceedingly treacherous, and this land has not felt the warmth of the sun in over 2 years. In fact, the sun no longer appears above the mountains, not even what should be in the height of summer. In this frozen tundra, darkness and bitter cold reign as king and queen. Most Dale residents blame Auril, the Frostmaiden, the god of winter's wrath. The shimmering aura that weaves across the sky each night is said to be her doing, a potent spell that keeps the sun at bay. Dale folk live in a scattering of settlements known as 10 towns. The drop-off in caravans coming from the south and to travel between settlements in this never-ending winter has left everyone feeling isolated. Although each town has resolved to appease the Frostmaiden with sacrifices of one kind or another, no respite from winter's fury seems forthcoming. For adventurers such as yourselves, 10 Towns is a place to test one's mettle, and, in the spirit of heroes who have come before, leave one's mark on this frigid, blighted land. So, I see this as, sort of the beginning of a movie, like that crane shot down in where we see the open tundra and we see these craggy, rocky mountains, and there's a path cutting right through those mountains as they slowly kind of fade into the tundra, into this massive tundra. And on that path coming from the mountains in this blizzard, the trail's you're barely able to see it. We see a wagon caravan. There's 4 or 5 wagons being drawn by oxen, slow moving. It's dark, and it's blizzard-like conditions, and we see these caravans we're on that aerial shot above them. We can see the one person out driving the caravan, full parka over the head, and just bear down basically in this sub-zero temperatures. And we see this caravan slowly, making its way up this road, and we can see now that the blizzard has really taken its toll. There's even more snow on the trail as the caravan makes its way to the walled city of Bryn Shander. So I'm going to show you guys a few things first, which is the first thing we'll look at is the map of Icewind Dale. Now you guys should just see some pieces of this map. as I switch everybody over. So let's see if I can do that easily. Maybe not. I might have to switch you guys between a few maps here to get you to where we're actually going. All right, so now you should see, there's so many maps I can't just like drag that down. So now you should see the map of Icewind Dale. And you should just see like basically Bryn Shander. Does everybody see that on their screen? I feel like we're in a Zoom meeting.
No.
Might need to zoom in or out.
Oh. Yes.
So it should just be a little piece available to you, but everybody on the stream can see much more. So so you make your way to the walled city of Bryn Shander. So Bryn Shander is the only one of these 10 towns up in Icewind Dale that is not on a lake. And it is sort of like a walled, for lack of a better word, it is a capital city of this 10 towns region. Now, I talked to you guys in our session 0 about sort of the economy of 10 towns, which is that there's basically only one reason that their people are living this far north, which is that in these lakes around 10 towns is a rare fish only found in these lakes called the knucklehead trout. And it's called the knucklehead trout because it has this big like lump of ivory on the front of its head. And they're prized for this ivory, which people carve into like figurines and things like that. And so that's like the only reason that there's towns up here, basically, is this knucklehead trout is only up here in these. And so the people of 10 towns all built these little settlements around the lakes to fish for the knucklehead trout. And Bryn Shander is sort of like their capital city, their trading post for the rest of the 10 towns. This is usually the first stop for travelers into Icewind Dale. It's a walled town perched atop a cold, lonely, wind-lashed hill. It is only one of 2 towns that has a wall around it. It's the walls of the town stand some 30 feet high and are defined by 2 concentric rings of upright wooden poles. So you see that as you travel into Bryn Shander here. I should have a handout for you to look at. Let's see. For Bryn Shander. Yes. Well, this is the every one of these 10 towns has its own like sigil, and that is the sigil of Bryn Shander right there. And maybe that's all I have to show you right now. Okay, so you make your way. We zoom in on this caravan as it's making its way into the walled city of Bryn Shander, and it's dark. You don't know, whether it's night or day because we've been locked in this perpetual darkness here. And you make your way in this caravan into the city. Sorry, I should have organized these maps a little bit better. I can switch very easily between them, but switching you between them is really tough. So we'll take a look at Bryn Shander. The caravan goes into the southwest. Of course, roll 20 is going to give me a problem. Into the southwest gate. Makes its way up the main road to like a town square area. And in this town square area, we can see like as we pass by, as the caravan passes by, they're setting up some sort of a stage. They're erecting some kind of a stage or something. We're not sure exactly what there's carpenters out. It looks like they're putting the finishing touches on some sort of a stage. The caravan passes by and it stops out in front of a building that is, if you're looking at the map, way up here. And you see on the sign that it says The North Look. And it looks like a tavern and bar of some kind. And we see a few folks get off of the caravan at this point. There's a little gnome that hops off, flicks a silver coin to the driver, heads inside. And the next person off is Vor, why don't you tell me what the next person off of the caravan looks like?
I don't know. I didn't see him.
All right, moving on.
Just kidding. You see a light blue figure stepping off. Rather breezy, light on his feet, just smiling as big as he can. Kind of a little flashy. Looks like he's a real talker. It can woo anyone.
So we see this character head off, big smile on his face, looks around, and makes his way inside of the tavern, the North Look.
Before I go, I just want to yell back, don't forget to use all of it at once, otherwise it could spoil.
Okay.
You got it.
So we hear that voice call back, you got it. Gusto steps into the North Look bar, the North Look Bar and Grill. It's like a bonefish, you guys. They have specials on apps during the weekdays just to try to bring some people in. So the next person we see step off is I imagine a shot like she steps from the caravan, and we get like this head down shot where we go from her head all the way down to her hooves. Sunflower, who do we see? What do we see when we look at Cleo as she steps off of the caravan?
She steps off the caravan, instruments in hand, a little bit clumsy, looking around everywhere. She's got super, super curly all over the place, like dark purple hair, and hooves, obviously, because she is a satyr. And she is just stumbling off, trying to get herself together as she's walking off the boat, looking around. Thankful to be in the new place that she's in.
Yeah, I imagine her like standing up real tall and just like taking a deep breath of like this really frigidly cold air, and it's like, here we are.
I can do this.
Here we find ourselves. So we see her head also right into the North Look Tavern. And then the camera follows us into the North Look. Pretty bustling place here. Definitely people huddled around. It seems to be maybe one of the only areas of respite, right, from this cold, frigid winter outside. And we're sort of panning through the crowd of people at the table. And in the sort of one of the far corners, we see a figure really like kind of huddled up by himself. Zune Master, what does this character look like? What's he doing?
Well, as you look over at him, you can kind of you see these glowing eyes, and you think that he's looking at you, but you can't really tell because you can't see his pupils. It's just these glowing blue eyes, and he's this red, almost devilish-looking figure. He's a tiefling with a long red tail, and he has a very, very glorious beard. And you see him grasping at his pocket, and you can see he's holding on to something, and you see a little blue glow in his hand there. And you can tell that he's interested in these new people coming in, but he doesn't necessarily want to approach them. He's cautious.
Yeah, do you think he has like an untouched beer in front of him or something like that too? Just like
he's just got water. He keeps it simple. He doesn't want to infect his brain with anything that will make it toxic.
And so we're looking now, you can see like out from Zune's character's perspective, and we see people walking into the bar. And why doesn't everybody, for our first roll, everybody minus Jackson, who we haven't introduced yet, why don't you guys all throw me a perception check, please? First roll of the campaign is a patented fish soup perception check. TJ, thank you so much for the follow and the host, my friend. Alrighty. So Vlor and Kindar, or sorry, I should say Gusto and Kindar, you notice that there seems to be like an altercation starting at one of the tables near you. You don't know if it's like it's just like, it sounds like loud sort of arguing, and one guy steps like up from the table as if he's gonna take a swing at somebody else, and you see just suddenly like you just see like the top of hair, like this wild red mohawk. You see it like kind of going between tables almost in this crowd, and we finally see this little character who's made it up to the altercation. What does this character look like, Jackson?
Oh, well, it's a very outstanding character. You can definitely pick him out of a crowd. Blazing red hair, green eyes, very much a ginger. He is built like a ton of bricks, but a 5-foot ton of bricks. So he's tall for a dwarf, but still kind of short, but definitely weighs more than like the average man.
So you get over to this altercation, and what do you say? What do you do?
I walk up to the table. It's like, oh, can't we settle this over a pint?
He say, "Oh, he owes me $50."
All right. We'll settle out the semantics after a drink.
Drinks on you then.
Aye. So this dwarf grabs his full beer there and drinks it.
Chug, 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 chug.
So he just drank that man's beer.
So he took that guy's beer and drank it. And he's like, "Oh, I thought you were gonna buy
I didn't
me
say
a beer."
whose pint. I said a pint.
And the guy just kind of sighs, knows that he can't take you in a fight, and sits back down. Now we've met.
Oh, where's the fun in that?
He knows that he can't beat you in an actual fight here. Yes, and so this is your character constantly shirtless when he's indoors? We should establish this canon now.
Indoors, yes. If he's outside, he has like a fur cloak. But indoors, yeah, he's shirtless. I mean, he's a barbarian. That's what they do. He has the tattoos. He has to show off the tattoos. But yeah, inside he's shirtless.
You really should have slammed your IRL mug down there and just
Oh,
smashed
fell
it
off my. If I type too hard, my desk will shake. I thought about it. He just slammed it. There's black screen.
Okay. So yeah, we've gotten just a quick introduction to this bar scene, this tavern scene that we have played out, and of course we've just learned that Gusto and Cleo both traveled into town together, and Jordy and Kindar are obviously have been here. We're not sure what their story is yet. Gusto, Cleo, you guys like looking for a room at this point, I would imagine. What would you guys like to do here?
Like separate rooms.
I mean, when the caravans are rocking.
Oh my god.
It wasn't.
It was not.
It was a nice smooth ride, no rocking at all. Excuse me, barkeep.
Oh yes, hello.
Yes, I need a room, please.
One room, of
Make
course.
that too.
2 rooms? Like a double room? Okay, fine. You'll save
Separate though.
Oh,
separate
2 rooms.
though.
2 rooms. Yes, of course. It's 1 gold per evening. How long will you be staying?
Is that all that you have? Is a simple room?
You could sleep in my bed.
Well, I mean,
I have a nicer room. I'll sleep in the 1 gold a room night if you want to pay like 2
Oh.
gold to sleep in my room. Call it the
no,
apartment
that's
suite.
fine. That's fine.
Deckard Kane every adventure. This is it's one of my 2 voice acting things. It's my old man. Hello, I'm an old man voice. That was it. So one room then?
Make that 2 rooms.
Yes,
please.
of course, 2 rooms for you, my lady. It's 5 silver pieces for you.
Oh, 5
It's
silver.
lady night. It's ladies' night.
Oh, ladies' night. How lucky am I?
so, so you guys get set up in the room there, and it is 1 gold per evening. Of course, 5 silver pieces for Sunflower. So, she's getting the ladies' night rate, but because she came in on ladies' night, she'll get the ladies' night rate the full time. About that time, you I mean, do you guys go and like get some drinks then, sitting at a table?
You want to go get a drink? I sure could use one after that long ride.
Sure, I'd be glad to get a drink with you.
And so, Gusto, Cleo, like you told Sunflower that you guys worked this out where you sold her something, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but does Sunflower know what the thing is?
It's a vial of hair oil. What are you talking about?
Okay. Okay. So that's what I was just wondering. I was wondering the extent of what Sunflower knows about what she knows. Fair enough. Yeah. So if you guys want to grab a drink, and I imagine that you even like sit a little close to Kindar, who maybe he's kind of like off by himself a little bit, and so it might be some of the only available spots left to sit in the bar.
I stare at him, obviously, because there's a man with glowing eyes right there. And he has something in his pocket. So I feel like I would go over to him and be like,
Sunflower, it's not that kind of show. That's on my OnlyFans D&D campaign.
Oh, is that the wrong night? My bad.
Yeah. That's every other Thursday. It's onlyfans.com/. Yeah, so you're kind of like staring across the table at him. Kindar, do you react in any way? I mean, what?
Yes, hello, Bard. What are you, what's your name?
How do you know I'm a bard? I could just be a lady with some instruments. I'm Cleo. Nice to meet you. Why are your eyes glowing? Are you okay?
I'm okay. This is just who I am. Tell me about your travels, Cleo.
Oh, I just here or there. Just been there. How about you?
And where have you come from?
Oh, okay. You're just a little You just want to know all the things. Why don't you come over and have a drink with us, and you can talk more about yourself. And we have a friend over there. You can ask him some questions.
Okay, I'll
You don't
come.
want to drink alone, do
Okay,
you?
I don't want to. I'm not gonna join you in drinking your toxic ales, but I will sip my hydrating core water here.
Whatever makes you happy. No pressure, man.
It's canon now. 10 Towns brought to you by Core Water. Do you want something ice cold as the 10 Towns glaciers? Try Core Water.
So I want to bring him over and introduce him to Gusto. Look at this interesting man I just found. His eyes glow. He's gonna sit with us, but he doesn't drink anything fun.
Oh, that's a shame. I also believe I introduced myself as Vlor, the merchant, not Gusto. So I would continue the facade of saying that I'm Vlor. I sell fine wares from a traveling trade company. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. My name is Kindar. I have been in this town for many weeks. Have witnessed a lot of people coming and going, and haven't seen anyone by the likes of you guys. So I'm very intrigued to know a little bit more about where you have come. Cleo, where have you come from? You seem to have avoided answering my question earlier.
I mean, like, I just met you, bro. I'm all for being friends.
Buy a lady
really
drink
like
first.
You just really like to know about people, huh?
Then tell me a little bit about your travels. Were they troublesome? Did the roads treat you well?
It was so smooth. It was the smoothest ride I've ever had in my entire life.
The smoothest ride you've ever had.
Couldn't have asked for anything smoother, actually.
How about you, Vlor? Would you say that the travels were also treating you well?
Oh yes, I've been very fruitful in selling wares, so yes, I feel great.
Tell me more about what you sell. Where do you acquire these wares, and what are you selling? Is it
Well, since you ask, I would reach into my pouch and pull out a red vial. This is perfect for this area. This, my friend, will help you keep warm. It's a nice little potion of ice resistance. It's red for the flames that it carries inside. Would you care for one?
Cleo? Have you tried this wonderful potion here?
I look over at Vlor, and then I look back at him. Of course it works. I've tried it many times.
Zune Master, why don't you give me an insight check here?
I want to nudge him and tell him, you better split the profits if he gets this.
An 18. Yes. Yeah, Kindar, you know that is absolute bullshit.
Which part?
I would.
Because I didn't do a deception check.
That's fair. That's fair. Go ahead and do a deception check then. If in fact this is not a potion of cold resistance.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, okay. All right. I just listen. Maybe I was tuned out at part of session 0, and you actually.
Okay.
Yeah. By the way, fish suit, my character can make 30 gallons of cold resistance. Okay, now that we've dice rolled this out, you can in fact tell that is complete bullshit, Kindar.
Well, Vlor, I would like to you try this before I inquire more about it.
I'll take out another red vial
Okay.
and drink it.
And are you doing that in a way where you looks like you're trying to make it look like you drank the first red vial, or you're just like?
Oh, no, they look exactly the same. They're the same liquid. I just didn't want to tamper with the merchandise. So I'll drink it.
Okay.
I'll drink.
And what happens?
I
What do
feel
you do?
nice and toasty.
Well, Vlor, it is wonderful to see that you are nice and toasty, and I'm sure that is going to come in handy in this town, as it is going to be cold for a long, long time, as it seems, and as it has been since I have arrived here. But unfortunately, and as I've told you, I don't really partake in any sort of your sort of toxic tonic, so I will not be interested in trying it. But if you would like to ask around, I'm sure there are plenty of individuals around this bar who would love to try it.
Oh, I'm sure they would.
Why don't you guys everybody give me a perception check, please, including Jordan. I got your dice as close to pink as possible, Sunflower. Everybody's dice kind of look really closely similar, but
I still like it.
It's not bad. It's not bad. And we haven't rolled a bunch of this is perception. We haven't rolled a bunch of D6s yet either, so nothing has flown off the table quite yet. Wow, these are some good perceptions. Just waiting on. Looks like Zune. Did yours roll, Zune?
Doesn't look like mine rolled.
No.
I did it.
I do see that you did it. Yeah, just try it again.
Forgot the one at the front.
Oh, is that it?
Oh,
yep, that's
gotcha.
it.
Yep.
So I'll tell you, definitely Jordy and Gusto / Vomno. Yeah, so it's just them two. Oh, thank you so much for the YouTube sub. I saw somebody follow on the YouTubes there. Rama, thank you so much. Gusto and Jordy you guys, and what do you think Jordy's doing during this? What are you doing on a normal shift here?
He just kind of like sits in the back, keeps an eye on. He's just kind of like eyeing the new people that came in, but he didn't want to go up and like scare them off as soon as they got in, because he's a tattooed, red-haired, like behemoth of a dwarf.
Yeah, and you're
So if
and
you
you're
just walk
working
up, be
here,
like,
right?
"Hey!" As soon as they walk in, they would be a little weird.
And you're working here, right? You're like he's like a bouncer for this
Yeah,
establishment.
kinda, yeah.
Just like part-time type deal.
Yeah, you get just little odds and
Benefits
ends,
or
stuff like that. I mean, he gets free drinks.
Free Hey, listen. It's old Jordy No Nips. So do you you think you by this point you made your way over to the table, or are you still just like kind of standing eyeing the bar up and down? What do you think you're doing at this moment?
I would say like while they were talking, he was just keeping an eye on them because he knows that they're new coming in, but he didn't want to
Gotcha.
go up right away.
Okay.
Uh,
So you, Jordy, and you, Gusto, notice that there seems to be some kind of not an altercation exactly, but that the bartender is like clearly kind of wanting somebody out over near the bar. And you can only catch like little snippets of the conversation. Gusto and Jordy, you kind of hear them. You see, and you look over and you see that it's some dwarves. There's some dwarves that seem to be sort of like, I don't know if they're arguing or pleading maybe with the bartender. You see the bartender kind of like waves them off as if to say like leave, but instead of leaving, they actually just kind of turn around and head into the bar. And as they do, you see that it looks like 3 frostbitten shield dwarves are inside the bar here. 3 stocky figures bundled in cold weather garb stumble kind of toward the table where the 3 of you are seated. They have snowshoes slung over their backs and ice picks fastened to their belts. And 2 of them had thick beards. The third holds up a gloved hand and says, through a thick wool scarf in a raspy voice, "Well met, I'm Runa. These are my friends Corks and Stone. We need your help and you look capable." And behind them, you see the people that she, motioned to, that Haruna motioned to. Corks is like standing behind her, like in silence, just kind of staring at you guys. And you can see Gusto with your high perception check there at the table that he is missing 3 fingers. Looks like black and gnarled from frostbite. And Storn is kind of like looking nervously around. That's the third dwarf, and they look behind them, and you can see up on the wall a giant mounted knucklehead trout. And so Storn is kind of like looking at that when the knucklehead trout, like its whole body, like curls away from the wall, and it opens its mouth up and sings a little ditty. And it sings, "There's a place I like to go, farther up the rivers flow. Where it is I don't know, must be under all that snow." And then it goes back to like just being a mounted knucklehead trout up on the wall. It's huge.
I like that. Jordy is just thrilled every time this thing gets up. He's like, "Aha, I love that fucking fish."
Storn like falls backward, falls over, and is just like staring up at it. And everybody else in the bar kind of like gives a chuckle. I imagine Jordy's like, "This is my favorite part of working here."
He's very pleased with this fish. Every time it goes off, he's just like, "Oh."
All right, so the 3 of you, Cleo, and I imagine at this point maybe even that Jordy would have walked over to the table, seeing these dwarves, slapping his knee, like seeing this big knuckle Billy Bass scare these dwarves. So yeah, Hruna. Well met. I'm Hruna. These are my friends, Corks and Stern. We need help, and you look capable.
Us?
Yes, you.
Couldn't be.
No, not me.
Then who?
All right, they go looking for another set of adventure. All right, we'll find. You know what, you guys, we'll find some other adventurers here.
Uh,
So Jordy sees them talking to the people that just came in. He knows that the people like just got there and probably doesn't want to be bothered by these people. So he goes up to dwarves and is like, "Oh, what are you looking for, my fellow dwarves?"
And Haruna speaks back up. She says, "We're the survivors of a group of dwarves tasked with delivering a sled of iron ingots to Bryn Shander. A Yeti surprised us and killed a member of our group. The rest of us
Don't do
fled
that.
as the Yeti tore Ubak limb from limb. Now we need someone to go back and get the sled for us. We'll pay you handsomely. We have these gemstones. We'll just pay you outright in gold if you'd prefer that. But we'll also have the undying friendship of the dwarves of Icewind Dale. That could be a boon in these harsh times."
So you're saying we would get all the money up front?
I can't give away our gemstones. I mean, if not you gonna bring back the ingots, then who?
But we're risking our lives. If anything, we deserve to have the gemstones thrown in at first.
She turns back to her companions. Korix is the one who's like arms crossed, staring at you. The guy missing 3 fingers, and she kind of whispers something in his ear, and he kind of leans over and talks to her. He's like, and she comes back to you, Cleo, and she's like, half now, half on delivery.
I look over at my other people that I just met and I say, I know I just met you guys, but I like money. What do you say?
I think it's fair to go half in at up front.
I say, why haven't we left yet?
I like handsome pay. I
So-
guess we're friends now.
I want to get a round of shots and then say we can go on our way if everyone wants.
Sounds good to me.
I'll have water.
I get a shot glass that looks like water and pretend that there's really alcohol in it, and I try to pass it off as alcohol. Here you go, it's just water, don't worry.
Do a sleight of
good
hand
water.
check.
Okay. It's really good water. This is top of the line.
I smell the shot glass and notice that there is a interesting smell. This is the weirdest water I've ever smelled. This isn't like any water I've smelled in this land.
223. Wow, with a sleight of hand. But I totally see. All right, so here's what's going to happen. Zund, you're going to make an insight check with advantage because you can smell it. So with advantage means you're going to roll the same roll twice, and we'll take the higher result. Thank you, GH.
So do I do a 2D or like 1D?
Just do 1D and then 1D whatever your insight check is, and then roll it again.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, GH, let me know if that's any better.
Oh my god.
All right. On a perception check or on a skill check though, it doesn't matter. It's still against your deception of it. So
That was his first D20 though.
yeah, that's the first natty 20 there, Zune. Go ahead and roll it again though. It doesn't matter because you can't actually discern it. She rolled so high that you can't actually discern that it's. So you think by all accounts that it is water. With her basically 23 deception, it is impossible for you to ever figure out that that's not it until you taste it.
So wait, you're saying I have to taste it?
I don't say you have to take the shot at all. I'm just saying that you, Kindar, think that it is water.
Out of fear that nobody will take it, I put up my shot glass so everybody puts up theirs, and I say, "Cheers to new friends and new adventures. Down the hatch, you guys!" And make sure everybody takes their shot.
So what's Kindar's reaction when he takes a shot that is clearly booze?
Oh, stupid bard!
Kindar will remember this.
We'll remember this forever.
My name is Cleo.
I'll refer to you as Bard for now.
Rude.
Well, Miss Cleo,
You should
I
really
guess
thought that. You really should have thought through the rest of that joke before you started the joke. This is just advice, Laura, for going forward. Complete the joke in your head before you start to say the punchline.
But then I would start to laugh beforehand.
I see. It's just really good role play, is what you're saying. Just super
Yeah.
good role play. All right, it is evening. However, there's no real discernible difference between evening and daytime here, so it's up to you whether you'd like to get the benefits of a long rest here or whether you would like to press on immediately. Hruna, she also looks pretty like beaten up. She has a lot of like frostbite on like maybe like missing part of her ear. That's who you've been talking to. And so she tells you you'll probably need some snowshoes, and so she's able to just give you all their 3 pairs of snowshoes and then Ubak's pair of snowshoes. So you can all add a pair of snowshoes to your inventory. And basically what snowshoes allow you to do is to move through thick snow without being encumbered. So this is basically if you're out in the open, not on ice, if you're in snow, you're going to have a pair of snowshoes that you'll be wearing. There's a whole section here for if you decide that you want to kill the dwarves, but that hasn't happened yet, so let's just move
Not
on.
yet.
So what she does give you, Cleo, is that she hands over, and the whole party sees it. It's not like some secretive thing. She hands you 3 bloodstones, and those bloodstones are worth 50 gold each.
And just stones, no gold with it?
Just stones, no gold.
She's
6
She
bloodstones,
believe.
50 gold apiece.
okay. I'm trying to figure out where to put my gold in general because I had to take away my silver. I gotta figure that out. Sorry. Okay. So 3 bloodstones.
So I take it you guys aren't coming with us? How are we supposed to find the sled?
And she says basically like, I don't think that we would survive out in the snow at this point. Like you get the feeling, Gusto, that they are that's probably right. Like any more time out in the snow and these guys are going to lose more than just a few fingers. Like they'll probably not be able to come back. She gives you kind of a brief indication, or not a brief. She tells you like pretty specifically like where this, where they were set upon by the Yeti. And I'm gonna take you guys back out to the main map here for a second, because you see where it's set where Kelvin's cairn is. It's the spot right here. This is like basically like a big mountain, and it's like the only mountain really that's in all of Icewind Dale. So you can see this when on a clearer day. You can see Kelvin's cairn forever. It's like this huge towering mountain in the distance. And so she tells you that it's just outside of Tourmaline here that they were ambushed. And you have a pretty good indication of where that is. And Geordie, having been sort of in and around 10 towns, probably knows even more about the area and how to navigate to there.
I've been around. I think I can figure it out. I've been in worse situations. The name's Jordan, by the way, but everyone calls me Geordie. Sorry, I invited myself, but typically that's how I get work around here. I jump on what I can get.
Flexes.
Well, that's wonderful. Is there anywhere we can get a ride? Maybe horses? I'm assuming the Yeti would have eaten your whatever it was that was pulling.
Yeah, well, actually, we were carrying a sled. We were pulling a sled behind us, and the 3 of us, after being attacked, we had to abandon the sled to head back to here to Prince Shander, basically.
Oh.
I could borrow the sled.
So,
Okay.
Jordy, to some extent, you would know that there's. So let's talk about it real quickly because this is important. Which is, let's see, I'm just trying to narrow down some of this stuff. So, the fish on the wall is named Ol Bitey. Ol Bitey. Let's see if it's in here.
I write that down.
Okay. So we'll talk a little bit about this because obviously, like, you're in like a cold northern blizzard type area here. So avalanches, definitely a thing, especially around Calvin's Cairn. Blizzards, absolutely. Extreme cold, you're gonna have to worry about. You can, of course, try to fish for trout ever if you wanted to. There's a whole rule set around that. Being in and around frigid water, cold water, that's a big deal, obviously, because it's very cold. There's also getting around in 10 towns. So obviously the main way you're gonna get from one place to another is gonna be to walk. There are established times that it takes you to walk between all of the major places here in 10 towns. So just quickly to be looking at this map, we can see from Bryn Shander to Targos, see those two towns? If you were to try to walk from Bryn Shander to Targos, that is a 2-hour walk under best circumstances. If you're trying to walk from Bryn Shander, which is here, to excuse me, to Caer Dineval, which is up here, that is a 10.5-hour walk. So just an idea. You can also get around, with mounts, so horses. However, they're going to have some pretty limited range. You're never going to be able to take a horse basically off of a trail here because as soon as you get off of the trail, you're talking about, 5-foot snowdrifts that a horse isn't going to be able to get through. However, one of the main ways that people get from place to place up here is by dog sled. So you can get from place to place by dog sled, and that reduces your travel time by as much as 50% if you're able to find and rent a dog sled, which you can rent from town here. However, it's pretty expensive. If you wanted to buy your own dog sled and stuff, we can figure it out. We can talk about it, but it's pretty, like, you have to have a team of trained dogs and the sled itself, and that only usually carries one person, so that's pretty pricey. Basically what I'm telling you is you're going to be walking to start out the game here. You're going to be walking.
We can walk, it's no problem.
And don't forget to feed all of your individual named dogs. Or else something might befall them. Something horrible might befall them.
No.
Okay, so yeah, that kind of talks a little bit about the travel in 10 towns. So how would you like to proceed here, party?
Looks like we're walking or getting a horse.
So what is our city of dust? Like, which city are we trying to go to again?
You are in Bryn Shander, and the dwarves explained to you that the caravan is probably like around here somewhere.
Okay.
Oh.
So maybe going towards Targos and up? Maybe?
Yeah, it'll probably be easiest to go through the actual trails, Stargos, and then Tourmaline, and then there would be the safest, and try to go from there.
Or
I
we
agree.
can head east.
It's true.
Looking east, the trails will get us closer, and we won't have as much terrain to travel through.
It is true, but I don't like that these cities are white circles instead of black circles. I don't know what that means.
Slightly larger towns.
Oh, so they're larger.
Yes. Yeah, the darker
that's...
black circles are just larger communities. So just to give you guys a quick indication, Bryn Shander is about, the town that you're in right now is about 1,200 people. Population of my hometown, by the way.
Wow.
um, yeah, I think it's best to stay on the trails.
Agree.
Um, and looks like it's going to be a 2-day trip to go and pick up these supplies.
Probably so.
At least.
Okay, so I'm here in Targos and then Tourmaline. Is that kind of the goal here?
Do we want to go east?
I think east. So we'd go to the 4-way crossing and then head north to Cardinival,
Okay.
and then follow that all the way up.
Alrighty. I think that I pinged. It's pinged differently on your map. I think I pinged here, but actually it is up here. So I think you guys are heading to the right spot. I don't know if I pinged the wrong spot or what.
It's up near
It is up here.
Kelvin's?
Yeah, it's up here. Okay, so you, yeah, you probably would get, I would say like a night's rest here because it is evening, even though there's perpetual darkness, and you guys have been traveling. You and Cleo and Gusto have been traveling all day, so you've already paid for your room. So deduct your 1 gold there, Gusto, and your 5 silver there, Cleo, as you pay for your inn. And Jordy, do you have a place in Bryn Shander, or where are you staying? Do you have any ideas for your character as far as that goes?
I thought he might just they might just let him stay like at the bar at the place. Like gives him like a crappy room.
You're like, I'm gonna take a
that he can
personal
stay
day
into.
tomorrow.
I mean, he has to sleep sometime. Figured they.
Yeah, I mean, like the money that these dwarves have promised you is probably like 2 months' pay at the bar. So at this point,
Yeah.
like, this is big money. What about Kindar? Any ideas where he might is he staying at the inn, Zund, or what do you think?
Yeah, as he was traveling through the 10 towns, he decided to he went through Bryn Shander and he stopped at this inn for a couple nights, and so that's where.
Okay, yeah. So he's been set up
now.
here for a couple of days, maybe.
Yep.
That makes sense. So you guys are going to get the benefits here of a long rest. Of course, that doesn't matter since nothing. You didn't use any spell slots or anything yesterday, but you do hit the day bright and early. And when I say bright, I mean exactly the same as it looked last night because it is dark outside. So, and basically, think of looking up the sky and just seeing this constant aurora borealis, right? Like this colorful streaks through the northern sky, just never any sunshine. So you have this like dull blue glow purple hue from the aurora borealis. That's what's casting light on everything. It's nothing else other than that. So you leave Bryn Shander in the morning and you make your way as a group here down the east way towards East Haven. This is one of the more established roads here in 10 Towns. Buttsworth, thank you so much for the 17 months, dude. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you guys. I think that Vlor has himself some extra bonuses here, and no, is it Vlor? Yeah, it's Vlor gets 1 from Meteor Matt, and Floof
nice.
Gave you 4 from his sub.
Yeah.
So Putspurt, make sure to head over to the Discord, roll a 1d4 in our Dungeons and Dan's Games channel, and give it to any of our players. Thank you so much for that sub, dude. Make your way down the east way to towards East Haven. From Bryn Shander, East Haven is a 7.5 hour walk. Of course, you're not making it the whole way there. You're going up to Caer Dineval. So you make your way to the 4-way stop there. You see the sign, Goodmead to the south. East Haven continues on, and then there's Caer Dineval. And so you make your way up there to Caer Dineval. And as you enter Caer Dineval, I can even show you what that looks like. Oops. Can I just click here and just move players here? That'd be so much better, Roll20. That'd be so much better if I could just do that. Instead, I have to go up here and move the map all the way over. This doesn't make any sense. Caer Dineval. So you enter Caer Dineval here. It's on an extremely rocky shoreline as you make your way into the Caer here. It was a relatively easy day of travel. This is a town of there's like a castle that overlooks the lake. It looks somewhat of kind of abandoned almost. And as you enter the Caradinival here, Kindar, you give an extra look to that castle up on the hill. Just there's an air of like familiarity in your face to it, and you kind of grimly glance up at the castle as you guys enter. Just you know, for flavor, as you walk in here, we can see that something's troubling Kindar about this particular building.
An uneasy feeling.
Yeah, so you have a sense of unease, and maybe even some people in the party, kind of the more perceptive among you, might notice that he's looking up at this building with a sense of like uneasiness. But in any case, you make your way here into Caradinival. You see that there are, like I said, it's sort of like on a cliff face. And you can press on if you would like to Caer Konig. It's about another 2 hours. You can also hang out here in the town, do anything you'd like to do here. That is completely up to you.
I want to put my arm around Kindar and be like, "What's up, buddy? What's wrong? How were your travels? Where do you come from? What are you doing? Why are you freaking out, man?" Just to tease him for being so nosy earlier, but seeing that he's a little troubled. So I'm like partially trying to console him, but also just fucking with him a little bit.
I shrug off the bard. Still not trusting anything that they say or do after that trick that they pulled on me earlier.
I pull out my little instrument and I start singing, "Don't worry, be happy."
And Jordy's like, "Hoo, hoo, hoo." Would you like to explore Caradinival at all, or would you like to move on? I mean, this is very much like an open world campaign, so
I don't like anything about this place. I would like to get out of here. I would like to move on, and we need to get to our destination and get the rest of this to go help out the dwarves.
Slow your roll, buddy. Let's check it out. It's a new town. I've never been here. I want to walk through and look at the shops.
You know, we could stop for a drink and maybe something to eat. We were
You guys and
traveling
your
for
drinking.
quite some time.
Maybe there's like some kind of potion shop or some kind of cool place that we can go and check out things that they have in gear.
I saw your eye in that castle. What was that about?
Yeah, what was that about? Tell me about your time here and your travels. Mr. shares a lot.
Let's just say that there is nothing good about this place. You guys do not want to be here. There's nothing to be found in these shops for you.
I mean, they look pretty full to me.
And actually, Cleo, they don't. This is
I'm just desperate to loot anything right now.
Yeah, so from what so I imagine then, without maybe with Kindar's protest, like you guys are just kind of scoping out this little community. As you can see from the map, it's not much. There's a few docks from this craggy cliffside against the lake. You find an inn that looks closed down. Here it is. The sign up front says Dinev's Rest, but is a drafty old building, boarded up windows, crooked weather vane shaped like a rearing dragon. It looks like it's been out of business for quite some time. There is a tavern here in town. It's called the Uphill Climb. That looks like the only actual business other than the inn. There's some fishing houses down here at the lake. Some supplies to fix boats. The rest of these are just houses, presumably from the fishermen. Everything seems pretty buttoned up. It is obviously a cold day here. But that's what you see as you explore Caradinival.
Does the castle seem abandoned?
The castle, otherwise known as the Caer, And if you want to you can go up there and check it out from where you're looking. Just from, like down in the town, it looks in somewhat in disrepair, but it doesn't look like it's like crumbling, if that makes sense.
But like, it does seem like people still live there.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to tell really without being there.
Should go inside the castle.
I have nothing to do with this castle.
Ooh, I don't know. The Brady one doesn't like this place. I feel like he's got some kind of sixth sense with those glowy eyes.
Well, maybe if you told us some more about it, I would be more willing to move on, sir.
So fair
Or-
point.
Or you can tell us about it as we move on.
I wouldn't like to waste any time here, as we definitely want to go get this these supplies for the dwarves, and we got to get our money. You know that Jordy likes his money.
I do like my money. I'd always stop at the next town as well.
How about I tell you guys about it on the way, and then on our way back, if you'd like to explore, we can.
You promise?
Does that sound like a deal to you?
Sounds
Are
good
you
to
a
me.
man of his word?
Well,
You're not.
Well, he didn't.
He's got you there. I saw that trick.
Fair, my friend.
Didn't promise either. So
Very fair.
All right, so we're moving on.
Yes.
Sunflower's like,
Hesitantly.
yes,
And
we're
moving
moving on. I'm also moving on from my current boyfriend.
Exactly.
All right, back to the Icewind Dale map here. Oops, I gotta switch over there myself. All right. All right, make your way from Caer Dineval to Caer Konig. Caer Konig. Also here on the banks of Lake Dineshire. Let's take a look at this little town. There it is. A little bit bigger here, Caer Konig. From here you can definitely see Kelvin's Cairn. It's looms off to the northwest from this town. It's, this is the closest town to the mountain, so it definitely is right there. It seems to just be everywhere in that northwestern skyline, Caer Konig. This is a pretty remote town, population maybe about 150, I think. You just quickly look through town here. You see a a tavern. The tavern is right here near the docks. It is called the Hook, Line, and Sinker. You also see an inn nearby called the Northern Light. And there is there's like an expedition shop here as well called the Frozen Far Expeditions. It's an outfitter.
I say we start by checking out the outfitter. That way we're prepared for tomorrow, and we can leave as soon as we get up.
That sounds good. It gets mighty cold out there.
Sounds good to me.
I'm good with that.
Alrighty, so you're checking out the expedition shop. You head in there, and you're immediately greeted by a human. He's wearing like a green cowl over his head, and he greets you and he says, just real friendly, like walks right up to you. I imagine he walks right up to you, Gustav. Salesman to salesman. He's like, "Name's a tennis. What are you in the market for?"
Well, Tennis, let me talk to you about unloading some of your wares.
I like this. I like the cut of your jib. What are you looking for?
Well, let me tell you what we're planning to do, and then we can talk about what we need.
I like it.
So we're going up to Kelvin's, the mountain up there.
Kelvin's Cairn, cold up there.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it is. So we're gonna be trying to bring back a sled of iron for some dwarves that we were enlisted to help. And I knew that a guy like you could definitely point us in the right place to find the materials, the equipment that we need to get up there and back safely. So, can you tell me what you got and what you would recommend?
Oh, you folks on foot then?
We came here on foot, but
Sure,
would
but
it
if
be
you're gonna
better?
head up to the cairn, I mean, it's not like the East Way. This is not the East Way. I mean, you're talking about going off trail here. You're gonna need some decent adventuring gear for sure. I mean, those clothes will be fine for the trails and the towns, but you're gonna need some thicker coats and things like that to head off into this into the back country.
Well, I've got something that really works to keep you warm. And I'd pull out some of those vials. 3 more vials.
And he's like, "Well, what's that?"
These 3 vials are cold resistance.
Oh, well, you guys are all set then. All right, well, good luck.
But they're not enough because they're short term. Now, maybe you'd want to trade these, and let me tell you, they sell for a pretty penny.
Well,
But I think we can make some kind of a deal. We can get some other equipment because this isn't going to be enough, I'm sure.
all right. Roll a persuasion check. I get to roll my first dice for the day here.
I look over at Floor, very impressed with her persuasion skills.
Persuasion or deception?
Whatever you would prefer.
Okay. Because we know they're not what I said.
Wait, they're not? Oh, I was fooled again, you guys.
What? I'm not.
Jordy's like, wait a minute.
I had 5 of them.
Oh, that rolled around for a while. 15? Well, how long do they last for?
They're only good for 20 minutes or so. But let me tell you, they're good on a fishing trip.
Yeah, that's... All right. Here's the deal. You got 3 of those?
I got 3 left. The last town that we went to, they bought the rest of them up.
All right. How about this? You buy 1 set of the heavy winter clothes, and then you trade me those 3, and I'll give you the other 3 sets.
I think you got yourself a deal.
He reaches out his hand.
But, I can't help but feel like you're getting the better end of the deal on this. If I came back with some more of these, you think maybe I could offload them to you, and maybe you can get them out to your people?
You thinking like an end cap situation? Like we set up a little end cap with these on them?
I mean, it's possible. I mean, you're a fishing village, right? You guys are out on the water all the time, and it's frigid. Might be something that we can work out.
Listen, you come back through here with a bunch of this stuff. We find out that it works. You and I are gonna make a pretty penny.
Sounds good. And then I'll shake his hand.
All right. So it's the cold weather clothing is 1 gold piece. That one you have to buy. I don't care who
I'll pay
that
for
gold piece. Oh, he's gonna pay for it up front. So now you all have a set of winter clothes. Think like thick fur parka. And basically, as long as these clothes don't get wet, you will not have to make extreme cold exposure checks constitution checks when you're out in the real cold, unless you're wet, in which case that's out the window.
So I'll hold on to those, and we can leave the shop. And as soon as we get out, I'll be able to tell them, okay, so how much are you guys going to pay for this? I'm looking at a gold apiece.
I look at him and say, come on, I just saw what you just did there. Don't play us like that. How about I sing you a song for it?
You get us a room to stay, and I'll give you yours.
Perfect. Deal.
You guys need some coats?
All
Also,
right,
I
I'll
almost
give you
put
the
that stuff
gold.
on my hair. What is that stuff? I almost put it on my hair.
Hey,
It's their
Jordy,
oil.
Jordy, do you mind paying for this time, and I'll get you something later?
Oh.
Come on,
All right.
we don't have time to waste. I can't be reaching into my pocket, pulling out extra gold. One transaction.
I'll
Saves
remember
time.
that.
Come on, you know I'm good for it.
All right, please add 1 IOU to your character sheet, Jackson.
Says what? 2 gold. 2 gold gone.
All right, and so you and Kindar now have winter clothes set, so you keep those, grab those.
Thank you, Jordy. You are a wonderful, wonderful man.
Yeah.
All right, and so it sounds like Cleo, you were tasked with getting a room at the Northern Lights.
Yes, I would like to go into the Northern Lights and speak with a receptionist.
So you head into the Northern Lights, which I don't think some of these are not labeled on your screen, but Northern Lights is right there. The Northern Light is right there. Yeah, you head over to the Northern Light. Give me a perception check as you're walking in the door here, Sunflower. As Cleo walks in, leading the way into the Northern Light.
You said perception?
Yes, please.
Trying to type around my cat as he's like laying half on my keyboard.
19,
Nice.
not too shabby. Yeah, so as you're walking in, you see that the inn is obviously called the Northern Light. You look up at the like the sign for the inn, and you can see with a 19 perception that there used to be on the sign there was something like hanging up there, but it doesn't look like there's anything hanging on the sign anymore. It just says the Northern Light, and then there's like clearly a spot where there something would be, but you don't that thing isn't there anymore. If that makes any sense.
Interesting.
You head
Okay,
in, and I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said I just want to go in.
Yeah, so you head in, and you're immediately greeted by a woman. She's wearing like an apron. She's greets you as you walk in. Hello, sister.
Hey, sweetheart, I need to get me and my friends a room here. How much does it cost?
Sure. It's one. You need one room, or
Do you think that we could all fit in one room?
it'd be a little cozy, but it's stick together in the cold of winter for warmth, right?
Well, we haven't yet, but I guess that's a very good point. We're new friends.
It's 1 gold a night.
1 gold a night? How about 5 silver a night?
5 silver. Give me a persuasion check. She calls over her shoulder. Corey, can we do a room for 5?
It would be the greatest thing ever. I would leave such a good review for this place.
So, in contrast to her sister, I'm gonna wait for this roll. I'll start talking. We'll wait for this roll. The sister Corey comes up, talking to it's like, Allie, what do you need? What do you need? I'm busy in the back with a stew. And Corey's like, or Allie's like, this young lady would like a room for 5 silver for her and her friends. They've been traveling all day. 19. Corey, she's like shorter and scowling, like they just like polar opposites, these two sisters. And they cast baleful glances at one another, and then you can kind of see them step back, and they're bickering a little bit, and finally you can see Corey throw her hands up, go back into the back kitchen, and Allie lets you know that they have agreed to a 5 silver.
Oh, what a sweetheart. Thank you so much. We'll definitely take that room.
Reset, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the fish tank. All right, you got yourself a. So you basically but you only have 1 room, so now you guys are all going to be staying in this one room.
Just for a night, though, right?
Yeah.
Is that okay, you guys?
Fine with me.
I mean, we did basically travel on a wagon that was smaller, right?
I guess.
I'm sure it was more than just the two of us on that wagon.
Yeah,
What do you-
I'm okay with it. You guys moved on after after I did not want to stay at that last town, so I owe you guys this one. I'll stay in a room, even though I get an uneasy feeling about it.
And
But
the Northern Light is basically like you and a few other townspeople, maybe, who are there for the dinner that they're serving at the inn. You can, you can still go on looking around the town. You can complete your day here. It's up to you.
Yeah, I definitely go down to the bar and get a drink and maybe chat it up with anybody who's around. Find out what's happening in the town. Any interesting places,
Sure.
any shops.
Head over to the Hook, Line, and Sinker.
Jordy will go with him if it's just him going.
Sure. Anybody else? Would you guys want to stay at the Northern Light? Or are you guys gonna head down to the tavern?
I'll head down to the tavern and see if there's anything I see that I like.
There's no good tavern without a bard following behind. So I mean, what about Kindar? What would you like to do? Would you stay with the party?
I would like to stay with the
Turn
party.
in
I
for the
like to-
night. You're
No, I
like,
like
oh,
to-
it is 6:30, so.
No, I could use the water.
I'm very tired. All right, so head down to the Hook, Line, and Sinker. And as soon as you walk in, there's a half elf that greets you. And he greets you with basically a tray, and he's like, "Welcome to Hook, Line, and Sinker. Now I gotcha." And he holds out the tray. He holds out the tray, and there's a free half pint of beer on there for everybody who comes into the Hook, Line, and Sinker.
That's so
gone with me.
friendly.
That was awesome. And now I gotcha.
he got you Hook, Line, and Sinker because he's giving you a free beer when you walk in there.
I love your style.
Thanks so much.
I think
Please enjoy.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, "This is the good stuff too. This is none of that crappy Bryn Shander ale. All right, this is some of that dwarven ale. All right, right from the valley. You know what I'm talking about."
I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah, so you take like probably just down the whole half pint all in one go
Pretty
there,
much.
Jordy. And yeah, it's just like you remembered from back in the valley there. It's real dwarven grog. It's the good stuff.
Good old times. Simpler
It-
times.
Hey Jordy, I'll give you my beer here, as I won't drink it if you forgive me of the gold that I owe you.
I don't know. You're pushing your buttons a little bit. Half point isn't a gold piece.
Fair enough. I was just,
I
seeing if
appreciate it.
You wanted it. You look thirsty there.
I look to Kindar and I say, "I'll take it," and I grab the beer out of his hand and chug it down real fast.
Mr. Chancellor, Jordy.
I glare
Nah,
at
I
the
was
bard.
putting your beer.
Oh, nice. So I guess it's time to eat and drink and be merry.
Yeah, I mean, basically, you guys, this is a pretty small town. Like I said, about 150 people. So there's maybe 20 to 30 people at most here in the Hook, Line, and Sinker. And as the night wears on, there's fewer and fewer folks that you see, and you are and basically, like, you guys, unless you want to interact with anybody specifically, there's essentially it goes to last call. And so as soon as that happens, the proprietor, Glenn, his name's Glenn, Eglindar Core Glenn, he rings like a giant bell behind the bar, and he says, "All right, it's time for the Sinker, everybody!" And everybody kind of gathers around because when they do last call here at the Hook, Line, and Sinker, They call the last call the sinker, which means that it is time for a drinking contest.
Perfect.
The locals are challenging all you newbies to a drinking contest, to the last drink that sends the losing contestant under the table. Who would like to participate? Who would like to participate?
you gotta
in
even
the
ask?
drinking contest?
It's been a while since I've had a drink.
I think the tattooed mohawk dwarf might enjoy a drink.
All
I
right.
want to stay back and watch people get really, really, really drunk while I sip on my beer watching them.
Okay. All right. So, was that a in or an out, Gusto?
Gusto is
Come
in.
on, Flora.
All right. So you guys are in. All right. So here's how this is going to work. We've done a drinking contest on the stream before, believe it or not, in D&D 5e. We're going to use
remember.
the same rules. So every round, you are going to down your beer, and you'll make a DC 10 plus the number of drinks you are over the limit. First to 3 loses, passes out, and fails. So, and you can take as many drinks as equal to two times your con modifier. Jackson, what is your con modifier?
Oh, it's just a measly 6.
All right, so you can take upwards. So your con mod's 3, or your con mod's actually 6.
Oh oh no, that's proficiency. My comma is 3.
Your con mod's 3. Okay, so but you can
Yeah.
take up to 6 drinks before you're gonna be like impaired.
So
Dragonblood, thank you so much for 33 months, dude. Make sure to roll that 1d4 in the Discord and give it to one of our fine players here to use tonight. Thank you so much for 33 months, dude. That's like the third 30+ month sub tonight, so that's insane. Thank you so much.
what about dwarven fortitude?
You and my wife are both going to argue me into the ground about this. I just don't think it's going to apply to the situation. You already have you can already take 6 drinks without being encumbered in any way.
Oh, it's +4. Divine odds just saved me. It is +4.
All right, so you can take up to 8 drinks. No, we're not going to, there's nothing about, no dwarven resilience to this. All right, Gusto, what is your con mod?
3.
3. Okay, so you can take up to 6 drinks then. So for the first 6, let me pull up my commoners here. All right, I actually have to start making checks. So you're drinking against 3 locals here. So you drink the first 5 drinks go down real smooth for everybody, no problem. But one of the villagers seems to be slightly inebriated after that. And fails. That's 1 failure for. Let me put out some stuff so I remember this. All right, 1 failure for that guy. All right, and you take drink number 6. Gusto, you're feeling a little buzzed here. You're really tying him on. I have to make 2 checks now. That is a fail and a fail. Boy, these guys are great. They're doing so great in this drinking contest that they challenged you to. Just want to add. Okay, drink number 7. Gusto, I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please, as the alcohol is really starting to take effect now. I've literally failed every single one of these checks. That is a fail for you. All right, Gusto, that's 1 failure on your drinking. One of the villagers passes out at drink 6 and falls under the table. That's drink 7. So one of the villagers is officially out of the competition. Drink number 8. You might have hit the wall here now, Jordy. Gusto, I need you to make another Constitution saving throw, please. God, I have not passed a single out of the box. This is unbelievable. I have not passed a single save. I've rolled 7 of them. Natural 20. Okay, so there's a pass. There's a pass. You're still okay. You only have 1 failure. Another one of the villagers, though, passes out underneath the table. As we move on to drink number 9. Jordy and Gusto, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please. Finally, this guy passes. What's Kindar doing at this moment, Zuni? Is he just like, are you looking at, is it like disgust or bemusement?
Just kind of observing. It's nothing he hasn't seen before, but it's kind of troubles him to see that it's members of his party who are getting this inebriated.
All right, that is a fail for you, Gusto. That is 2 fails. I'm just gonna shut my stupid phone off.
Here's what I found online.
Fortitude does count towards alcohol.
Snap my phone in half. You heard nothing.
Foul tablets.
You heard nothing. Okay, that's 2 fails for Gusto. You have really hit the limit here. That's good for Jordy, though, as you all down drink number 10? Drink 10.
Yeah, I think we're about to do 10.
Oh, that's an 80-20 on that. This villager's still standing. I got 1 villager in this fight. Vlor and Jackson needs to make Constitution saving throws, please. This is a DC 14 for you, Vlor. That's good for you, Jackson. It's good for you. 1. Okay, Cleo gets the 1 from Dragonblood. So Cleo, you can add +1 to any of your rolls, to any of your D20 rolls tonight. But you got to let me know before you roll it.
Yay!
Vlor, that is a fail. Gusto has passed out and is now underneath the table. You guys have 1 dog in the fight here. It is Jordy, and you've just drank drink number 11. I have a DC 15 con save. Passed. I need to make a Constitution saving throw, Jackson. For you, this is going to be
I think it's the
DC 13.
Third one?
Yeah,
third one over the limit.
All right, that's a pass. That's a pass. Drink number 12. You are just nailing these. That is a fail. My villager has fallen underneath the table and is unconscious. You have won the Cinco.
While they're passed out under the table, can I loot their pockets while nobody's really looking and everybody else is celebrating?
Sure.
And
Give me a
talking?
sleight of hand check. Is anybody in the party? Gusto, you'd be passed out. Jordy and Kindar, you are free to try
Also,
to
I want to
perceive this
add
happening.
my D20 to that roll.
Okay, so you're going to add your +1.
Yes.
Yeah, are you looting Gusto's pockets?
Yeah, I just want to loot all the pockets.
Including your party members?
Just the one on the ground.
Okay.
I don't want anything take it like any of his hair oils, but just if I see anything fancy. So I have a sleight of hand +5 plus the 1, so can I just do it +6?
Yep, absolutely. Bob, thank
Okay,
you so much for the
great.
bits, dude. Oh my god.
She's a sneaky
It's a
bard.
natural 20. I don't think that it is possible for what's your wisdom modifier, Jordy?
My wisdom modifier is +1.
Yeah, so nobody would actually be able to contest that side of
I
it.
don't think Jordy would care.
Yeah, so Cleo, you're kind of rooting through some of the villagers' pockets, and you do find 6 among them 6 silver pieces. And 10 copper. And while you're quickly, I can even see her like leaning down to like go through the villagers' pockets because they know that your party member wouldn't like care really if you're looting these guys for a few extra pocket change. And you kind of like brace your hand on Gusto's chest to reach down and like grab some coins out of the pockets of one of the other villagers, and as you do, you reach into his coat pocket and you remove a like blue silver feather. Vlora, please remove that from your inventory sheet, and Cleo, you can add that to your inventory sheet. It's like a icy. You can catch a glimpse of it as you're sliding into your pocket, Cleo, and you can take a look at it later, maybe in private. But it's a yeah, you can see that he's pissed, can't you? Yeah,
I just put everything right in my pockets. Like I don't want anybody to see anything. I just take it, put it right in like some crazy like little klepto kind of
Sure.
satyr. Then take it and go.
And as you're like grabbing it out and putting it in your pocket real quick, you just catch a flash of it. It's like a silvery blue, like ice steel cold color feather. It's like shimmering as you put it into your pocket, Cleo. How big is the feather? Fairly large. Think I love how Timmy's asking question. Timmy's asking great question, dude. Great question. Yeah, it's a pretty large feather. I would say like probably I don't know 9 inches or so from tail to tip. Think ostrich feather more than hummingbird for sure.
Would she have noticed the pendant or the amulet that I have?
Well, is it out or is it under your shirt?
It's under the shirt.
Yeah, no, that's what she got quickly from that sleight of hand. Just pulled that off of you real quick. And so I imagine at this point you guys drag Gusto back to the northern. You party. That was last call. You guys beat the villagers there, which means that all of your drinks all night long were on the house. So congratulations, Jordy. You got everybody free drinks for the night. Kindar got an ice cold core water. And
It was very balanced.
You head back to the Northern Lights for the evening and get your long rests, basically. Gusto maybe slightly more fitful than the rest. So yeah, you get your long rest. You guys didn't expend any spells, but for those keeping score at home, this is now day 3 of our adventure. So you guys have been adventuring for 3 days now.
I got my barbarian spell slots back.
You got all of your barbarian spell slots back. And I'm gonna take a look back here at the map of Icewind Dale, because we are about to head back out to the main map here, I'm assuming. So if there's nothing else in Caer Konig, would you guys like to head out to where the sled is, where you believe that the iron ingots are?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Okay, so you're heading as soon as you guys basically leave the town and you're not on a path anymore, you can feel that biting cold that's you felt. So you're all like very lucky / smart that you went to the expedition shop there before you headed out into the cold, because you would have to, otherwise you'd have to be making constitution checks to make sure that you are not being like exhausted by the cold and that sort of thing. So
Luckily, Vlor can be chugging his potion.
yeah, he only had 3 left. He doesn't have any of those great, wonderful potions left. I'm just really excited for the fallout for when he gets back and it's like, I froze my ass on that lake for 3.5 hours. Because you say
Because I don't have them anymore, I can tell you what they are. It's basically just some really strong, tasteless, smellless alcohol
okay.
in the vials. Because alcohol will warm you up after you drink it a little bit. But it doesn't last very long. So you can sell it for a bit more than the alcohol takes to buy. So
Sold him some color-dyed Everclear.
Yeah.
Basically.
I didn't ever use mine, did I? I still have it on me.
Yeah, if you haven't
Your
told
hair
me,
oil?
yeah, have you used your hair oil yet?
No, I never used the hair oil. I was gonna save it.
Well, now you still have it then.
Yeah, it's really good for whenever you're in the cold climate. It's really good to keep your hair moisturized.
Perfect. I really need it with my crazy curls.
Yeah.
After a few hours of travel, through this through the tundra, snow's deeper. You're wearing your snowshoes. You're wearing that thick winter clothes that's giving you some protection against the cold. Why doesn't everybody give me a? Why don't you give me a survival or a perception check, whichever you'd prefer.
Both the same. So how long would it take before I would notice that it was gone? Seeing as how it's something that I've had.
You tell me. I mean, what do you think? Do you think this is something that you wake up immediately and you're like, holy shit? Or is this something that would gradually, is this like, are you obsessively checking often or?
Well, I passed out in a bar.
Right. So you
So
think
the first thing I did was check for the vials, make sure that they were all still there.
Okay.
But then yeah, I think I would check my stuff.
Yeah, so you would notice that it was missing then. I mean, this is a what's the word I'm looking for? This is a conspicuous item. It's not like some, it's not like some piece of rope or something like that you're, this is something you're carrying specifically in your breast pocket. Thank you for that YouTube sub there. Unpronounceable Asian name. Okay. Yeah, so you definitely would notice then. Would you have said anything to the group?
Yes, I would. And my passive insight's 15. So
Okay.
I would definitely be looking for anyone to show any signs of maybe that they saw something or anything really. Just mention it, hey, I've lost something. When I was passed out at the bar, something was taken from me.
I think I saw a couple sketchy people sitting around the bar. Maybe they took some of our other stuff. Should we? Maybe I'm missing some stuff too. That's no fun. I'm so sorry.
That's a deception check versus perception for
Insight or perception?
insight's fine. Voice characters usually want to steal it from the party, so this is like a little bit of comeuppance. I don't think your roll ever went there, Sunflower. I'm gonna give it another shot.
Wow.
Oh, it wasn't a 1. It was
Oh,
just
yeah.
D20.
Oh, my bad. Thank you.
It is Karma GH. His character's always stealing from the party. Yeah, so you know that she is hiding something, Gusto.
Come on, Miss Chloe or Miss Cleo. I don't know.
Ord.
I don't know. I just feel like there was definitely a couple sketchy people. I don't know. I still have your hair oil if you want that back, if it makes you feel any better.
Oh, come on. We all know the only sketchy people around here are you, Bard.
Easy there, Kindar. We're all friends here. We're on a mission together.
You gotta earn the title of friendship.
I pull out my little instrument and I start singing, "Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?" Until like long enough until hopefully they just give up and get so annoyed that they want to move on.
Jordy's just like swinging his head to the beat.
Snapping his fingers.
I would let it go for now.
Okay.
Keeping an eye on
Yeah, you
her.
definitely know something's up, right? Like your perception beat her deception, so you definitely understand that like she was being deceptive. There's something weird going on.
Definitely look to see if I can find anywhere she might put that. Maybe do a little sleight of hand myself if I
Sure.
see anything that might lead to that.
Okay. That sounds like a plan. Let me. I'm just quickly gonna reload Roll20. It's being a little funny. Should have never have done that because then all the windows close and I forgot that happened when you reload it. Oh well. All right. Let's do this. Boom, boom. All right. So, you guys just rolled a survival/perception check there. This starts like most parties start with everybody distrusting each other, and here, let me. I'll share you while we're waiting for me. This is the crest of Caer Dineval, and this is the crest of Caer Koenig. Lots of fish. All right. So I think that Gusto is the only one who rolled like above a 10 on that last perception check.
Yes.
And as you're walking through the tundra here, Gusto, you are kind of like even maybe still doubting yourself a little bit, even though you know that Cleo's hiding something from you. It's you. You're patting your pockets down, and you're just like thinking about that, and you kind of keep this mental inventory of your stuff, right? You don't have this thing; it's driving you nuts. But while you're walking through the tundra here, what's the marching order? How are you guys walking through the? How are you guys walking through?
I think Jordy
wanna
might be
Oh, go ahead.
like Jordy might be like up in the front since he's the only like one of the only people that actually like been like throughout the place.
Sure. And then where would Kindar be? Are you gonna be like near the back, near the front of as you guys are walking across the tundra here soon?
I would like to be walking next, or Kinder would be walking next to Jordy at the moment, just
Okay.
because Jordy has proven to be a trustworthy ally so far.
And then maybe I can see like just a little bit further behind Gusto and Cleo because they had been interacting there. So that's what I'm gonna that's how I'm gonna put this party for now. But Gusto, you look up from your patting your pockets down, and you suddenly notice that that in front of the party are two looks like ferocious wolves. And you look and you see that there's two wolves in front of you, but with your 19 perception, you actually see that there's a couple more wolves that were lying in wait. And let me switch over to that. Did we already switch over? Do you guys see the wolves? Oh my god, everybody, roll for initiative. First combat of the party! Let's go, Mini Bulbo. Did not like your D2. Oh my god, Jackson, it finally let you roll one, and it really liked it. I really liked you after that. Alrighty. Cleo, get in there. Let me.
Jackson with the nat 20.
Not bad. Not bad. Oh, there you go. Boy, you guys are right on top of it here. 20, easy cleric will go last. Did it get everybody here? Let's see.
What was the check again?
This is an initiative roll, so this would be against your perception, I believe.
Okay.
Oh no, this is a dexterity based.
Yeah.
It's most likely plus.
Then subtract the 3.
It's just a okay, yeah. So it's because you don't have a dex bonus, so it's a 4. You would have gone last anyway because you rolled it very poorly, Kindar. Okay, first to act, round 1, our first ever Rime of the Frostmaiden combat. Jordy, what would you like to do?
Well, seeing as I have very stumpy legs, only have 25 feet. Let's see. It's that far away. Would I know about the one on the right yet?
No. These two on the far
So
corners
just-
you would not see at all. Only Gusto
so
can
just
see
these
them
two.
right now.
Alright, so I guess I'll start off with a hand axe, and I'll try to throw it at
Okay.
the wolf in front of me.
All right. Roll the hit.
Double check. Yep.
Jesus, guy's got a +6 to hit, Vlora.
I had to double check because it's not finesse or anything. It's just, doesn't matter.
I'm sorry, an 8 is gonna miss. A hand axe
Oh, damn.
whistles past
The
this.
hand axe is like
wolf.
in that tree.
All
I
right.
sent the message.
Anything
and,
else? Sent a message. Anything else, Jordy?
Move. It's not hard to see the squares because everything's white. Strange. Move 20. Is that 25?
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
25.
Okay. All right, Gusto. What would you like to do?
Seeing that we're about to get flanked, I'm probably going to. Let me see what the line of sight is. Okay. I will move over here.
Okay.
And take a shot with my crossbow at this wolf over here.
Okay. I'll allow it. Just this once, though. Don't get used to stuff like this. Oh, it's on a 20. Oh, it rolled off. I saw it on the 20 there. 18 will hit. This is the worst/best part about having the dice there now is you can actually see them like roll from one great roll to a bad one. All right, 4 points of damage, not too bad. The crossbow bolt just right into this wolf's shoulder area. Any movement, Gusto?
No,
You already
I
did.
think
You moved a little bit. You still have some movement left, though.
No, I'm good.
Okay, Cleo, round 1. What would you like to do?
Okay. I would like to. So moving is like a bonus.
You get basically 2 parts of your turn. So there's the movement and then whatever your action is. So you can use you can move and then use your action, then move some more if you still have movement left or whatever you'd like to do like that.
Great. So I would like to move 30 feet first here, which should make me about 15 feet from 20 feet from him. Okay, great. And 15 feet from him. Awesome. I want to use my Thunderwave spell.
Thunderwave. All right, Thunderwave is gonna only affect like the squares around you. So
It says 15 feet.
right, it's a 15-foot radius or
15
diameter.
foot cube originating from you. And
Uh, what'd you say?
Does that
Before?
not work?
She's angling it around. Yeah, no, that
Yeah,
makes...
she's gonna angle it.
I was going to angle it around the rock towards him. Does
Does
that work?
Yeah, that works for me.
Yeah, and then I'm 20 feet from Jordy and Kindar, so it shouldn't hit them at all.
It won't hit them, no. Nope, they're just outside of the range, so you get that one wolf with your thunder wave. All right, tell me about the saving throw for that.
So each creature makes a Constitution saving throw.
Con save. All right, tell me what the DC is, please.
Mine.
Well, it's your spell save DC for Thunder Wave. It doesn't really matter though, because I'm sure that I just beat it with a 17.
Spell save DC. Sorry, I'm still getting
That's
used to
okay.
this website.
I think
Where is it
I think
located?
you're DC 13 or 14. I can't remember which one. I was looking at your character sheet earlier.
Sorry. Spell save. I feel like it should be right in front of my face.
It's
and I'm just not
14.
seeing
I
it.
think it's 14.
Oh, spell save 14.
Oh, and the cops are here. I gotta go. Okay, so I passed. So I think you still get to roll some damage on a Thunder Wave, though.
Yeah, you take half as much damage and are not pushed away from me.
All right, go ahead and roll your damage.
So just 1d8 instead of 2, or do you want me to roll 2d8?
Roll 2d8 and then we'll take half of that.
I'm sorry?
Go ahead and roll the full damage and then we'll half it.
Okay, great.
All right, and I'll take half of that, which is going to be 4. Okay. Anything else, Cleo? That's everything.
Yep.
Unless you want to use a bonus action.
What do you count as bonus actions?
Whatever the game counts as bonus action. So I think
okay,
that
so I don't have any like spells or anything that
you
do
could,
that.
you could Bardic Inspiration is a bonus action, I think.
Oh yes, I want to do that onto whoever is next.
Next in line would be Kindar.
Yeah, I want to put.
Or the wolves. You want to inspire the wolves to kill you?
No, I want to inspire Kindar.
Fine. Nobody ever helps my characters. Okay, Kindar, you have a bardic inspiration. Here's how I like to run this, Kindar, is just go ahead and roll a d6 now. Just one d6 now. Inspire the wolves to run away. Okay, so Kindar, you can use that basically a +5 to any of your saving throws or your attack rolls. And is it 1 round or is it like forever? I don't know. Read for what the limit is. They have to use that while I take my turn here, Sunflower. Like, do they have to use it within a round or they have it forever?
Oh, my. Okay, here,
Yeah, the
I have it right
inspiration.
here. So, once within the next 10 minutes, the creature can roll the die and add the number rolled to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw it makes.
I'm sorry, say the very first word again. Once.
Within the next 10 minutes.
Great. Okay, so 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
That's super long time. This entire combat, basically. So, Azund, you can add that +5 to any of your d20 rolls through the rest of this combat, basically, and then for a few minutes afterwards.
Am I allowed to decide after I roll? Or
No, it has to be before you roll.
Gotcha. Okay.
Actually, it has to be before I tell you whether something is a success or a failure. So you could roll it, and then if it's like a 13 or whatever, before I say anything, you could say, "Oh, I'm going to add my bardic inspiration," and then we'll add it, and then I'll tell you whether it succeeds or fails. Okay.
So I can know what my roll is.
Yes, you can. Yes, but you can't know whether it's a success or a failure. So if I say failure, it's too late already, or whatever, that kind of deal.
Cool.
This wolf is going to step up to you, Cleo, and is going to make a bite attack against you as it attempts to bite you and misses. An easy natural 4 there. Jordy, same deal. Out of the box. That's the second one I've rolled out of this thing tonight. Okay. That's a miss. That's another miss. Let's see if I have the movement to get and attack you again, Jordy, because that's what I really want to do. I do. All right, this wolf comes over and attacks you as well with a bite, and you're feeling like you get some extra advantage because of a feat that wolves have called Pack Tactics. The wolf has advantage on attack rolls against a creature if at least one of its wolf's allies is within 5 feet of the creature and the ally isn't incapacitated. Missed. Natural 6 and a natural 3. All right, miss. Let's see if this wolf can do the trick here against Cleo. Also gets Pack Tactics. And another miss, a natural 7 and a natural 1. What a great 4 turns, wolves. Thanks so much. I didn't roll above a d10 on 6 d20s or a 10 on 6 d20s that I just rolled. Kindar, take your stupid turn.
Right. So all right. So I'm gonna move there.
Okay.
And I'm going to I can do this. Right here, I'm going to cast oh, that does hit him there. One sec.
Sure. I think our dice giveaway is happening like super soon.
Angles are okay, so angles are still like it's 2 squares. 2 squares is 5
Yeah,
feet,
tell me what you're trying to do,
essentially.
and I'll tell you whether what's the dealio.
Trying to do a 10-foot radius spell to not hit.
And not hit him? Yeah, I mean, you can do a 10-foot radius to where it would hit just that top wolf. So you're only going to get him.
Right.
But you can do that. You can do that where you'd avoid Jordy, and you can also do it here where it would avoid Cleo, but hit those 2.
Right. All right. So I'm gonna. I can cast it right here, so it'll hit these 2 right here.
Yep.
So I'm casting. It is Cyanova.
Okay. And this is a Cyanist specific spell, so this is kind of like our homebrew magic.
And all creatures in the area must make an intelligence saving throw.
Alrighty. Oh my god, I have a -4 to my intelligence. Okay, okay. I rolled a 12 on the wolf on the left, and let me see. Let's see. Does a -2 pass your intelligence save? What's the DC spell save on that, Zund?
And that would be just my spell save DC.
Yep.
13.
Okay, so that's a fail and a fail. So 2 fails.
So on a failed saving throw, creature takes 1d12 psychic damage and is knocked prone.
All right, go ahead and roll d12, please. And knocked prone, you said? Jesus.
And knocked prone. Yep.
Jesus H. Why'd I agree to this stupid class, Zune? What was I thinking? Oh my god, a 9. All right, wolf that's right in front of Cleo dies as a result of this. What do you suppose this looks like, Zune? And what does Kindar look like when he's casting this spell?
You can see Kindar gets very, very concentrated, and it looks, you can't see exactly where he's looking, but it looks like he's really focusing on exactly where he wants to channel his powers. And suddenly, a big blast comes out of him, and he lands in that area and causes a huge blue explosion of light in that area.
Very cool. Okay, and I'm sorry, what was the total damage on that? It was 9?
9.
Okay, this other wolf's in pretty rough shape and he is knocked prone. Sassy, thank you so much for the 4 months. Sassy Wolf, make sure to roll 1d4 on the Discord so you can give it to one of our fine players here. We are Session 1, Rime of the Frostmaiden, and we are entering combat round 2. Jordy, you're surrounded by 2 wolves. What would you like to do?
Alright. Jordy here is pissed. He missed his axe, now he's got 2 wolves on him, so Jordy's going to rage. Has a little bit of flair. Like that cloak he has like at the start instead of clothes when he goes out. He throws it off, and kind of like in like an anime when they take like that weighted clothes off, the like cloak hits the ground with, like a big thud for being just a cloak. So like he just throws it off behind him as he rages, and you just hear like a on the ground.
I can definitely see Jordy with like a forehead vein that looks like it's just going to pop out, like above the eyebrow, just like, yeah, I could definitely see this dude like hulking up.
And then he will roll to attack with his maul, the one in front of him.
All right. Jackson's D20s don't like to land correctly. Oh, that's a big roll right there. 24 hits. Roll your damage.
This is where it's going to get dicey. No pun intended.
Pun intended. I got a 3 to whoever needs it. Well, I mean, I can roll to see who gets it. All right, 1-2 Vlor. No, I'm sorry. Let's 1-2 Cleo, 3-4 Jordy, 5-6 Gusto, 7-8 Kindar. That is a 3 that goes to Jordy with an extra 3 there, my friend. Thank you so much, Sassy. Alrighty, 16 points of damage. Which guy here? Which guy?
Oh, the one in front of him, directly in front.
Yeah, you just absolutely just heave this wolf's head clean off, just battle axe down, head onto the.
He has a maul.
Tundra.
He has a large hammer.
Oh, he's a hammer. I thought he was using an axe.
No, it's a maul. That's why it's 2d6 instead of 1d12.
A maul. So you just like cave in his top of his skull, then basically.
Basically.
My God. Okay, Jordy. Any movement here?
Nope. He's just going to sit here, mano y doggo with this
right.
other wolf.
All right, sounds good. Gusto, it is your turn.
I'm seeing. I'm having so much fun, and I want to get in on that action.
All right.
And as I'm running, I'll take out my mace and as soon as I get there, I'll swing the mace
Okay.
at the dog.
Dwarfo e doggo. Oh baby, watch it roll off a natty 20 again. Instead, that's a natural 2. Sorry, that's gonna miss, Gusto. You impale Jordy.
Well, it was with a
Anything
shot.
else?
Resistant to impaling
We've est-
damage.
We've established as a bonus action you can stick your thumb up your butt. So if you'd like to do that,
No, I'm
okay,
good.
you're good. All right.
Damn, I used my bonus action.
And
Cleo.
bonus action healing word the dog. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, Cleo, you're up.
Okay, I want to use my vicious mockery cantrip on the wolf right in front of me.
Okay, the one that is down and prone.
Yes.
All right. Do you roll to hit, or do I roll to save?
You have to succeed a wisdom saving throw or take 1d4 psychic damage and have disadvantage on the next attack roll.
Okay. Wisdom's not terrible. That's a fail.
Okay.
That's a big old fail.
So roll 1d4.
3 points of damage, and your vicious mockery kills this wolf. You made fun of this wolf so much that it died.
I was like, hey man, you're just a wolf. Look at you. You have to stand on 4 feet. I can stand on 2. Screw you, wolf.
Look who's dying in the snow, motherfucker.
Yeah. Jealous of my coat, huh?
All right, any movement here?
I'm going to move. Yes, hold on. I'm going to move like right here.
Okay.
Right there.
Alrighty, it is the wolf's turn. You just missed on this wolf, Gusto, and so it will attempt now to bite you with your 35 AC. What just for funsies, what is your AC? It's 19, isn't it?
18.
18. All right, so I need a let's see. I need a 14 or better.
Oh, jeez.
Come on, chat. Natural 7. Natural goddamn 7. Kindar, you're up.
So Kindar will.
Throw a newspaper to it.
Kindar will use Scion Bolt on the creature.
Okay. This is a cantrip, right?
Yes.
Alrighty. Is this a roll to hit situation, Zund?
It is make a ranged spell attack on the target within range.
So it's gonna have a bonus to its AC because you're firing through some of your compatriots here. So it'll have a slight bonus, which makes it harder to hit.
Okay. So it's a one target. Okay, on a hit it takes 1d6 damage. So what do I roll?
It should be right there in your character sheet. It's like to spell. I think you get like a +5 to hit on your spells. Let me take a peek at your.
Oh, plus the inspiration, right?
Plus your bard. You can use your bardic inspiration.
Is it my it's my spellcasting ability?
Let me just quickly take a peek at your character sheet. It is see where it says on your spell tab, your spell attack bonus. So it's 1d20 plus that bonus.
Oh, okay, plus that.
Remember, they have a slight bump to their AC. It makes them a little bit harder to hit. But a 17 will do the trick. Go ahead and roll your damage.
All right, and I did not damage.
All right, 4 points of damage. All right, he is still going. It is the beginning of round 3. Jordy, what would you like to do?
I roll to bonk this last wolf.
Still raging.
Yeah.
Raging Cajun. Oh, that is not a great roll there, my friend. 13 does a trick though with a +6. It's hard for our boy to miss on this natural armor. And I don't think it matters if you roll minimum amount of damage because you just slayed the wolf. That's 2 confirmed kills for Jordy, 1 confirmed kill for Cleo, and 1 for Kindar. And then Gusto also participated. Congratulations, you just got out of your very first combat. Well done, everybody. Let's. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, please.
Grab my cloak that I threw off in a huff and my axe that's probably like in this tree over here. Before we take off.
Okay. Yeah, I think that Gusto probably would have had to drop a crossbow back there somewhere too, so he can go back and pick that up. Let's go ahead and take our first break.
Oh, sweet. After that, I want to loot their bodies to see if there is anything worth taking.
Sure, I'll just hand wave that right now. That each of them had a +5 battle axe. No, unless you want to like skin them. If anybody has like a
I'm
tanner.
good. That's okay. I'll pass that for now because of describing it.
Are you sure?
So you skin them, and you want to get all the entrails into a pile. No, just I mean, there's like the stuff that would be on a wild animal, so you can try to get the skins for tanning leather if you wanted that sort of thing. If your character has any background in like making a fur, you could try something like that too. But otherwise, they don't have like any real loot, so to speak.
Her being half animal doesn't have a desire to skin other animals.
I would imagine not. All right, let's take our quick break, you guys, and we'll be back here. Get something to eat, take a break, bathroom break, get something to drink, and we'll be back in like about 15 minutes or so. Thank you guys much. We'll see you back here in a minute.